Let's get this thing going. Let's see if we have audio. All right, looks like the stream has started up. What's up? This is Dave. This is What's Up Dave, my daily stream where I catch up with my friends on the internet. We just confirm that we get audio going. I don't hear anything. That's probably because I have audio turned way down. Yep. All right. So this is working. And again, it is Thursday, and I still have a cold. It doesn't seem to be getting much better. In fact, like today, the snowplow was out because we had got a lot of snow last night. I got up too late to get a good spot off the parking lot. So while they were plowing it, so I actually went to Starbucks today. Before I went to Starbucks, I thought I forgot to bring cough medicine with me, so I went to the supermarket to get some cough drops. And while I was checking out, I was feeling kind of woozy, and the people checking me out looked kind of concerned. And then they wished me explicitly. They hoped that I would feel better soon, because I probably looked like hell. So that was kind of a hint that maybe I'm sicker than I'm thinking that I am. I'm still in this mindset that I should be able to use the power of my mind to overcome all these feelings of being sick and being productive, but maybe I'm not that superhuman after all. It's very disappointing, but maybe I just need to live with it. Maybe I'm just sick enough to just go kind of roll with it. But it was a somewhat productive session at Starbucks. There's a couple things I got done. Let me pull up some snow pictures while I'm thinking about what those things were. Look at these pictures. So this is my deck outside. This is my car. So we got about, I would say, 12 to 14 inches of really dense, heavy snow. I should do this. Yeah, I can see more of the screen. So it was pretty... Oops. I got a Citrus Defender at Starbucks. It really is all there was for today. So, I got not a lot of coding work done, but I did catch up with a friend of mine who I'm thinking about using to do some e-commerce related exploration of like what it is that I'm doing with my business. And some interesting discussion came out of that. So we're just taking this a little small steps at a time to see, one, if like this is something that he would like to be doing, and secondly, like how can we carve these little projects small enough so there's not a lot to lose, and it doesn't endanger the friendship. But some of the interesting things was that that the Dave Say brand, such as it is, which I associate with myself being me. And there's a possible another brand. An interesting thing with the Dave Say brand is that up until recently, I figured like it was much easier to just present myself as myself when I'm doing selling anything, right? But with all this transgender stuff going on, like suddenly, like the Dave Say brand is like not as close to my heart as it used to be, or used to think it was. So there could be a whole other brand that kind of comes out of it. And the Dave Say brand could sort of be my Colonel Sanders like shell, in which so there's a certain ideal version of Dave Say that is maybe the serious productivity side, and then there's another side of that that's maybe more the fun stuff. So it's an interesting idea. I'm curious where that goes. One of the triggering points was the annoyed task planner. I was showing this to the person I was talking to earlier. If you don't remember the annoyed task planner, that was a form I made when I was in a really bad mood one day. And the idea behind it is, everything today annoys me, yet I still want to work. And so it starts out kind of as here's 3 things you want to do. But then really it just kind of goes and you list what you're annoyed at, and then you make angry scribbles in the appropriate box to reflect how annoyed you are. And then there's some motivational assessments that kind of give you some scaffolding into how you can get by things. But really it's not trying to be helpful at all. But it's It's kind of, I find it kind of amusing. This might be a good fit for a different sub brand, different sub identity of stuff. So it's something I had never thought of before, but I thought it would be really interesting. I see there's two people watching. Hi, people. How's it going? Let's see. Where am I in my list of things? So anyway, looked at snow pictures. I was at Starbucks. I did order a new video card. Newegg, which is a purveyor of computer hardware and other stuff, kind of like a specialist version of Amazon, you can think of it as. They had this feature where you could sign up to be auto-notified when a video card comes back in stock. And Newegg's direct sales tend not to be as inflated as some of the other ones. So Newegg, like Amazon, is a marketplace for other sellers too. And those things are marked up to $600-700, but they had the card for $450, which is still $100, maybe $150 more, maybe $120 more than it was retail MSRP back in July. But if you've been reading the news, there's no GPU shortages are probably going to continue until the end of this year. So I figured I might as well just buy something, and so I got it at a fairly decent price, $450. You know, still maybe $150 more than I wanted to pay, and more money than I wanted to pay at all. But since I blew up my video card, I really have no choice. The current video card placeholder I'm using right now, it's fine for, you know, everyday kind of stuff, but it's not really holding its own in games. And I'm realizing that having a good video game experience is actually one of my few hobbies that I can unwind with. So it's worth spending some money on, I think. And plus, I can put the old video card, or the placeholder video card, in my old PC, which is sitting in pieces right now because there's no video card for it. And then I can like bring that back along and loan it to people, or you just continue to move data off of that thing. It won't hurt to have an extra PC lying around. It's still fairly decent. 7 years old, but I would say it's maybe still 60 or 70% of the performance of a PC you would buy today. Not bad, and the PCs are way overpowered for your everyday kind of activities anyway. Just in gaming where it's an issue. It would be a perfectly fine audio workstation. So another thing was like I got a message from my cousin today who had helped me buy that guitar over there, and he was concerned about the cold weather here. He says, "Well, maybe you should get one of those humidifiers to make sure that the extreme dryness doesn't cause like anything to crack or distort or something bad like that." He's very invested in me keeping a good, taking care of this guitar, which is nice. So I bought something called a Oasis Plus. Let me see if I can find it. It's a Oasis Plus guitar humidifier, which I guess is one of two versions for extreme dry weather. So this is what it looks like. So apparently you stick this has some sort of crystal and gel stuff inside of it that holds humidity. It's designed to output a lot more humidity during very dry weather, which is like what we're having right now in these New England winters. I also did order the regular one. There's no case for this guitar. I suppose I could store it in the box. So that hopefully will keep it from getting dry. But there's this other thing that I saw that was a hygrometer. This thing. Look at this. This thing looks awesome. So it's this little dingus that connects via Bluetooth or your Wi-Fi through some sort of Wi-Fi bridge you can buy. A sensor push G1 Wi-Fi gateway sold separately. And it's a data gathering hygrometer, and it's got 4+ stars rating. That has 636 customer reviews, and it will send. There's an app you can get for your smartphone, and it will plot the humidity. So I'm kind of intrigued by this. I'm also intrigued to see what other things that the sensor push sells, because apparently their single app can track a whole bunch of different things. Let's just click on this and see. So here's their gateway for $99. Access your sensor push data from anywhere on the internet. That's the only thing that they have is that thing. So I haven't bought that, but I did stick it in my cart just because it might be interesting to see what other stuff they have. Here's the sensor push company. Sensors in general, it looks like they only make these. This is a temperature and humidity smart sensor. It's good for environmental conditions, raising backyard chickens. I thought they had more stuff than this. I wonder if this is an OEM for somebody else, or there's an OEM provider for it. Oh, this is an Amazon affiliated thing. This might be one of those mysterious Amazon brands that are up and coming. So these kind of devices I find interesting. Sensor push. This is the most expensive one of them. Bluetooth, 99 meters. I wonder who OEMs it. But there's a whole bunch of these things that are out there. And I just like sensors, so that's been on my mind too. Last thing, insights about rage, zenness, and gratitude. So the past couple of days, I became aware that I have this deep-seated rage about a lack of perfectionism, and it's strangely, it's not about my own perfectionism. I'm fine, like, not being perfect, but what really irritates me is if I am getting some sort of reference source or resource or piece of information that isn't honed perfectly, that isn't clear, that isn't like an ideal chunk of knowledge. And I guess I'm really, really fussy about that kind of stuff. And my negative attitude toward that, about lack of perfection in my materials or in my goods, prevents me from moving forward, and it prevents me from enjoying process. And so I've been reflecting upon this. This is something I think I really need to dig into and try to resolve. Wait, oh, my hands are full with this cat. And I just want to turn off that timer because it's bugging me. I'm poaching some chicken. Stupid timer. I'm just very irritated at a lot of things these days, so that's something that I want to kind of get over. I wrote a blog post about it earlier. Let's see if I remember what I said, which I don't. The daily blogging is so far going well. I'm still not able to blog very succinctly, though. But it's a nice way for me just to get my head together. I get one realization is that perhaps I am a creature driven by whim and mystical purpose. And any sense of drive I have is derived by the immediate need of people around me. Derived by? I think that should be derived from. Let me fix that. Distraction. So maybe accepting my own imperfections is something that I'm working on. The need needs to be derived from. And if I were to accept this imperfection, maybe life would go easier. Also, one reason that I might be unproductive this week is last week I had a pretty intense full week of social interaction, like when I had my cousin visiting for a week. And I forget that I always need all this downtime afterwards, which I'm basically useless for doing, for just focusing on anything, because like my brain needs to unclench. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe if I had more of something else going on that was keeping track of stuff. I think one thing it is like I tend to, my routine tends to go away. Like after a period of time, I tend to get a routine going, but then like if someone visits, like my dad visits, or like like my cousin visits, the routine changes enough that I kind of forget what I was doing. So my routine is very tenuous. That could be an issue. But anyway, so one of the ideas is that I get very angry about things that are imperfect, and I kind of hold on to it. I almost take it very personally, especially if it's like education material. This stuff is supposed to be written better. And so getting over that and adopting more of a Zen-like calm about facing those things. Like, this is not, maybe this information is not as clear to me as it could be, but let me just take the time and go through it. And let me be grateful that I have the time to do that. Instead of just being, this is wasting my time. Why is this such shit? You know, you can still feel the tinge of rage when I just said that because it's just so frustrating. Anyway, that's what's going on with me today. So that's today's What's Up, Dave. Tomorrow's Friday. I have one last thing. This new video card I ordered with the cheap shipping, so it's going to be here next Friday, which is probably good because this week I'll get a chance to work on things. And I did get some code done finally. Started moving some things into place for actual billable project, so that's good. Tomorrow maybe I'll have a better day. I'm kind of tired now. I'm still waiting to move my car back into the parking lot too, so I'll go check on that and see what the deal is. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a good day. Bye. Boink.